Right, folks, welcome to the World Esports Iesf Mlbb Women's EU Regional Qualifiers 2025. I'm your caster, Linwell, and joining me in the casting desk is going to be none other than the wonderful Sakota.
Hello, Linwell. How have you been, man?
They're great. What about you?
Been doing good. The other day we had an amazing series final for the men's side, but today we're going to take a look at the women's side of Iesf European Qualifiers. I'm excited for the first game of today. I don't know about you, Linwell.
Yep. I mean, this is going to be pretty good news, especially the fact that, you know, giving new people a chance at least to have an opportunity to be on the stage here, the IESF. And you know what, two teams will be playing today at least. Wait, how many matches we have scheduled? Two series, right?
Two series today. First series is going to be between Croatia and Portugal. Second, Belarus and Portugal.
Oh, alright. So a lot of love to Portugal. And sadly, no Romania today, which it's a good, I mean, might happen tomorrow.
Hey,
maybe,
I hope it's
depending
tomorrow.
on our schedule. Yeah. You're just crossing your fingers, praying for that to happen.
Of course,
yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Even so, I can't
But-
wait to see the first match of today. Croatia and Portugal. Yet again, I mean, come on. They met in the men's qualifiers, but still, we didn't see them. But let's take a look at the groups, Linwell.
Yep. On the Group A, we have Ukraine, Belarus, Croatia, and Portugal. Meanwhile, in Group B, we got Turkey, Serbia, Georgia, and Romania. So, again, these two groups can be clashing and possibly similar to the men's bracket. I mean, to the previous regionals bracket, I believe. Or it's the same one.
Yeah,
We're gonna be having possibly the top first for each group that will be qualifying. I believe so.
I think so, Linwell.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
But even so, I think it's gonna be an amazing series, and these two groups seem extremely balanced out. I know the squad of Romania are they're looking forward to being on stage if possible tomorrow. I don't know about you, Linwell, but even so, we're gonna again Portugal versus Croatia for the first game of the day. Do you have any expectations from either of these teams?
Well, all I can say is I'm looking for a good match here to perform at least by both the two teams. Well, hopefully looking probably at the standard meta picks, the standard bans, and maybe pulling a little bit twist, which I mean that little bit spice which a lot of different regions bring to the table. And this time, I mean, I can't say for sure. I haven't seen these two teams play. Do you have a little bit of info on that for us?
For these teams in Group A, only a bit on the Ukrainian one, and in Group B, only on the Romanian one. I mean, you know, I had to help the girls out from my country. I did a bit of casting for them, just for some scrims, just practice before I got on the big stage. But even so, they played pretty well. Not going to lie, they played pretty well. I mean, props are Ukraine. But I think something feels off. I haven't made any jokes already. I mean, I have to start a day off.
Not again.
Again. But even so, I mean, I think Team Portugal is gonna win. You know why? Because the Portugal's men team defeated some very strong countries, and hey, who knows? Maybe the women are better than the men.
Well, could be true, you know. Maybe they practice together, maybe they even scream against each other. That could be very well the case. You know, they are from the same region after all.
I mean, we're gonna see what's about to happen, but even so, Linwell, again, I'm gonna ask you a question, but first we're gonna go into the daily schedule. The first match is gonna be streamed live. It's gonna be Croatia versus Portugal. Next one that's gonna be offline, Turkey, Serbia, Georgia, Romania. And the next one that's going to be live is going to be Belarus versus Portugal. But again, we're going to be following Portugal a lot. I mean, hey, the other day we follow Romania, they're going to be following Portugal. We're going to catch a glimpse of CR7. But even so...
Oh, could be.
Hey, I mean, I'm hoping Romania is going to win versus Georgia. I don't know about you. I'm having high hope for these girls.
They're not even playing on stream here, and you're already rooting for them.
Yeah, of course. I have to, man. You know, the Romanian lineage.
No.
I have to.
That's
even
the spirit.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Like the other day, I was hoping for the men to win the qualifiers and stuff, but you know, at the end of the day, if you can't be the best, at least try to be the best. At least let one thing, please. At least go. No, I'm looking forward to it. And I know, but again, we're gonna have Turkey versus Georgia and Serbia versus Romania again. Please, please win again, please. I believe in you. If not, you know, hit me up on DMs. You're gonna see Zakota, the caster, playing for Team Romania. I don't think they're gonna mind. You know.
Oh.
I'm not that good, Linen, or am I?
Player and caster. And content
I'm gonna
creator.
do both. And a content creator at the end of. No way, I couldn't be.
Yeah. Imagine, no, you just analyze the games that we have today for later for a video. Could be possible.
Would be possible. It would be funny for me to play the game, cast at the same time, and analyze at the same time as well. You know,
and analyze,
just do the draft.
Just a jack of all trades here.
A jack of all trades, exactly. But Linwell, I was gonna ask you a question. Which country fits Croatia and which country fits Portugal yet again? But today you can't choose Portugal.
Yeah, they both got the shield, and again it's repeated. So I mean, seeing as Croatia has the crown on their head,
you're gonna say Minster or not?
Vexana?
I was gonna think you're gonna say Minster because Minster also has a shield. Come on, Linwell, get your lore up.
I forgot about it. I mean, it's just a goatee, man. It was too iconic that I forgot. Wait, what about you, though, Zakota? You gotta give a team, at least a hero for Portugal, I guess.
For Portugal, hero.
Yep.
Let me think about it. This is a really. I mean, the other day we did ban out Bruno and Harald because they're gonna be the two obvious picks.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Kufra, you know.
Oh.
You can also transform into a ball.
The bandages?
Why the bandages?
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't think you see those yellow stripes on the flag, maybe.
Yeah, but the bandages aren't yellow; they're white.
True.
They're just sun dried. They're just sun dried.
Yeah, or either that or I'm colorblind, which hopefully not. But you know, we're gonna take a look at the teams here. We got Soyu, Sles, and then wait, Zakota, do you speak Korean?
I do not speak Korean, but I think we can call her Bruna, huh? Bruna.
Yeah, Bruna. All right.
Yeah.
Bruna here from Croatia, Nenica, Alita, as well as EBVG. So all these new names here popping up for us, and probably gonna see what they have in mind, at least moving to the drafts, because again, it's a best of 3. So I'm really interested what they have. Like, what strategy do they have in mind? Maybe go for a certain bans. Even could go for a fanny pick, you know?
I mean, I was thinking about it. I was honestly thinking about it, but I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. You know, I'm feeling that something's gonna happen during this game, like something unique, you know. But again, let's go over the team roster. Soiles, Ana Maria Karabati, Bruna Tokonovic, Nikolia Ramjalk, Tijana Miltovic, Laura Petric. I mean, hey, these are easier names for us to read than some of the ones thrown on stream. You know, like I mean, I couldn't read Bruna's name, so I mean, Lina, you're Asian, right? You can do it.
I mean, surely.
Definitely.
The stereotypes are kicking in, but I mean, since you know Koreans are pretty good in video games, or at least for the mobile scene, might be expecting something good from the South Korea. You never know.
I mean, who knows? I can't wait to see what they're gonna
be the next Faker.
I'm curious, Linwell. Let me do a test. Let's see. I'm gonna translate the name real quick.
All right. Just a quick screenshot.
A quick screenshot. Let's see what it's gonna say.
Yeah. This is our budget for the technical side, at least.
Yes,
for
sir.
the analysis here.
Korean, let's see. Speed or feet? I don't think that's right. I guess speed.
Wait, what?
It's the translation says speed or feet.
interesting. That's very interesting. Probably Bruna is either the speed in taking games or giving games to the opposing sides, but again,
Hey,
we're just pulling their legs too
just
much.
run. I mean, we're talking about fit pulling their legs, but even so, I mean, maybe it's just a name because I play against Portugal, right? And Portugal is well known for their football players.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
That's
excited, Linwell. I'm excited.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, it is the first game, so again, like Have you seen the Women's League played for ML scene?
I have, but
Any region?
I mean, I have seen.
It's quite rare, right?
It's quite rare, but I have seen the Southeast Asian one. But let's get into the team roster of Portugal:
Oh,
Cleopatra,
okay.
Sunflower, Mokitamoy. I cannot. Lias, Diana Reese. I mean, hey, let's go over them again, Linel.
Yeah.
But today, I mean, with the easier names to read.
Mhm.
Come on, please.
Yeah. Carla Almeida, we have Raquel Silva,
Akela,
Andrea Corrigo, Liliana Duarte, and Diana Reis. So yeah, again, it's quite more easier, like you said.
it's a bit more easier than some of their names. But even so, you know what surprises me? That some of the most of the female players in Mobile Legends use their real name. Like we see Liliana. I mean, that could be a different way of saying. And Diana.
Wait, you're right.
I mean, hey, Diana Reis.
Mokita could be like, Mokita could be Mojito. Like maybe she likes those strings, I suppose.
Maybe. I mean, hey, maybe it's her nickname in real life. Maybe Sunflower is Raquela's
Yeah, true.
nickname, or Cleopatra, Carla's.
Yeah.
I mean, my nickname
That's
used to
very
be
much the
King.
case.
What was yours? Was it something creative? Do you have a
I mean,
nickname, Linwell?
Technically, yeah, that was my real name. That is my real name.
Yeah, but what was your nickname? Something with your name.
Linwell.
Linwell is your nickname. I mean,
Yeah.
Zakota
So,
is
that's
my
a
gamer
whole-
tag.
Yeah.
But like my nickname used to be
I mean-
King. I mean, or like Prince. I don't know why. I don't
What?
look the part, do I? King or Prince
Chris?
was mine. No, King or Prince.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, Prince. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we are going a little bit sidetracked now, though. But
Yeah.
these names are not familiar once again, and Portugal now showing up to the scene has been quite interesting to say, at least yesterday's match, and today now for the women's scene. It's we're expecting great things, at least since they are set up twice once again, and the drafts though. Are you expecting anything, Zakota, here?
Vexana.
Like, is it going to be
Vexana. I don't know why I'm feeling a Vexana from. I think
Okay.
Cleopatra is gonna be the mid laner, and then he's gonna
Don't
pick
say
Vexana.
Angela. Don't say
No.
Angela.
No. But if it was Kronos here, like let's say the other caster Kronos is not here today, he's gonna be here tomorrow. If I saw his name in like one of these teams roster, I wouldn't bat an eye, man. If I saw like Kronos, like a bigger nerf to these teams, like they're gonna lose a bit faster.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, if he was here and he was playing on the matches, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised once again, like you said. But then again, we're pulling his leg too much. All right.
It's just some friendly banter, Linwell. It's nothing major. Kronos knows, because if he was playing in these leagues, he would be getting demolished, even with his 1-1, Even so, what
Yeah.
are you expecting Team Croatia to ban, like, as the first rebounds?
Well, probably jungle bans, maybe mage bans, since you highlighted the Vexana earlier. So since these are probably going to be crowd control heavy compositions or team fight oriented compositions, which again the standard, which I'm very interested to see what they are going to put in the EXP lane. Are we going to see those aggressive plays coming in, or is it just going to be your standard wait for mid game, wait for the late game to pull up? I'm interested. Who is going to be the main sword for those team fights?
I mean, they're either gonna be the most try-hard people ever that they're gonna watch in this entire tournament, or they're gonna be a bit more casual, a bit more, of a comfort pick draft. Because it's different, right? Maybe they don't play it for the competition, they play it for the thrill of it, right? They play, I mean, they're trying to win, but they're not trying their hardest to win. But who knows? I mean, we don't know anything about this, neither me nor you.
I would say
I mean, I know a little bit, Linwell, I know a little bit more than you. But, I mean, I'm thinking Team Portugal is gonna ban out as well, like, 2 mages, I feel like, from Team Portugal. Or maybe the junglers. I think it's like...
okay.
I think the Suya has to go, and I feel the Hayabusa is going to go as well. Maybe the Florin.
Mostly assassins, right?
That's
a maybe, because you know Florin compositions are either very tricky to face against or pretty easy if you have like a very good dive comp. But again, Zagoda, since you've technically helped the Romanian team, how was the vibes? Can you give us a little bit of hint on how the teams usually go? Are there is the communication well? Is the
the Romanian team scares me a lot.
How is it?
The Romanian team scares me a lot. You know, like it's really scary talking to them. They're like even more like I don't know. I wouldn't say toxic, but they're like more devoted to the game than the men's team. I feel like they're like screaming at me, "Sakuta, get ready! We're gonna go into a scrim. Where are you, Sakuta?" I mean, hey, I'll just forget about. We're gonna go into the game draft. Game number 1 between Team Portugal and Croatia. Linwell, please take it away.
Yep, we're already seeing the bands popping out. Croatia's side, there's the Matilda, there's the Lucas. Two very good bands, but I don't know if this is the right call for the blue side. Meanwhile, Portugal with the Kimi band. Again, understandable of burst. I don't think these teams have adapted, or rather, they don't want Croatia to have it. It's understandable.
I mean, we don't know what these teams play. We don't know their hero picks. For the men's, I could, maybe call out some picks, but I have no idea here, right? The Lucas may be a pick of the Portugal team's jungle, but hey, it can go on the XP, it can be XP as well. The Matilda is a must ban nowadays, followed by the King, but I'm expecting maybe Hayabusa to get banned out. Oh, no ban from Angie. Okay.
Ooh. That's interesting, I'd say. But this is gonna open up the hero pool a lot more, at least for the first phase. So now what I'm thinking is, what is Croatia going to prioritize here for the picks later on? Because again, we're gonna be trading 2 very important ones.
I think Croatia needs to pick out the XP laners that are gonna ban out the I was talking about. And I think Portugal needs to ban out either the Florin or the Hayabusa. But the Kalea goes away. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, again, team setup, I guess, understandable. They don't want to go for a dive comp, so now Croatia could go for a Badang here, maybe, if they have it. Or Gato is also available. But wait!
I called it out! I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, and Portugal automatically gets countered by the Hayabusa if they pick it. If Portugal takes the Hayabusa, it's over, because Florin can just bloom and overkill basically every damage he does. A Sicilian pick. Interesting. I thought Cleopatra was gonna be the mid laner. Maybe she's the jungler or the roamer.
Could be.
Lolita, I think. Lolita here. I think they're gonna pick the Lolita.
It's good. Yeah.
Alpha.
No. What? Wait,
the first
how long
Alpha.
has it been?
The
It's
first
still
pick.
relevant, I'd say.
He's solid, but relevant, I wouldn't say. But once she's getting picked out, we know that Curtain Call is going to be very annoying to deal with, and she does a lot of damage when she's in a single target fight. What will Booby be? Julian?
What?
The third one we've seen in this entire tournament, so it's a niche pick as well. Again, maybe it's a comfort pick, like the Florin or the Alpha. Maybe it's comfort. We saw the team of Romania play the Terizla.
Fair enough.
I like this. I like this more than the men's stage.
Okay, we're gonna see a lot of team fights here. A lot of penalty zones being dropped here, and that is gonna be quite explosive. But now Portugal going with the bans, probably going to go for a mage ban here. Zushin off the board. Croatia though on the other hand, Roamer could be the option, right? Or maybe goal lane.
I need to ban out the laners, not the mid laners, the goal laners as you said. But the Zhuxin gets singled out. You can possibly flex the Julian into the mid lane, but it's a bit of a stretch. But I would expect Croatia to, as I said, ban out the golds. They're gonna ban out the Carmilla.
Oh, that's quite surprising. I mean, the comp. It's hard for Carmilla to be playing this scenario, so I'm a little bit surprised. But now, Portugal with the bans here again, probably going to be either the mage or maybe in this case even the gold lane. Because again, the gold lane's a lit. Gold lane is it's gotta be gold lane, right?
Has to be the golden balance for either of the side. I mean, maybe they want
Maybe
to
the
leave it
Harit?
open. The Harriet's open. I mean, the Granger,
Yeah.
Melissa is pretty good. We've seen her a little bit. 1-1, still good. Clint. And hey,
Yep.
there's so many picks. The Bruno as well left up on the table, and it's a pretty good pick for Croatia if they were. It's a hiding.
One could be amazing here since I mean they don't have a front line that much of a front line presence for Croatia. Oh yeah, so I mean that's definitely they want to go take for the Granger in this case, unless Croatia bans it off.
I don't think they're gonna ban out the Granger. I think they're gonna ban out. They're gonna definitely ban out the Markman, but the Melissa I was talking about her. Come on, Linwell.
Okay, yeah.
Get the program
What do you mean,
start.
come on here.
you know, grab a magic ball and foresee the future. Like just like how I do it.
Yeah,
You know,
magic
here.
ball.
Exactly.
Looking for a number. We're looking for a number right now, and for Portugal, the number is looking to be well, let's say a
57.
Granger here. If it's not a
Number?
Granger, probably 1-1.
What's the hero number of Granger, Linwell? Do you know it?
It's probably 105 or something.
I don't think so.
What's your
97.
gamble? 97. Okay.
I mean,
Oh, Belarus. What?
oh, Belarus is a pretty good counter if they go for a dive composition. I mean, they already have the Julian, the Florian. I don't think she's gonna also stay in her father. I mean, hey, the seed of Belarus is Florian. I mean, lore-wise.
They have a very strong front line here. So I mean, this is just looking to be maybe a carry game here from Croatia. And even Lunox could be picked up if they want to, I guess. But then again, and then I mean the Granger's still there, I guess. So it's gonna be picked. But the mage,
What would the mage
Farsa,
be? I don't think the Farsa. I think the
like they don't have dive-in.
The Louis would be pretty nice
Oh.
here. Protect against dive-in.
Hope will find a way, even when
Ah!
it is forlorn.
I knew it. I knew it.
How
I knew
did
it.
it all came true. It all came true earlier when we were just talking. The Florian, the Vixana, both
The
of them
Granger.
came through. Even the Granger, yeah. But oh wait, I think you mentioned Julian also at one time, but Brody being picked to counter this composition. I
Linwell?
don't know if I necessarily like it.
I have a question for you. Do you remember what number I said for Granger?
Yeah, you mentioned 97, right? I said 105.
I did it the opposite way. 79th, man. The 79th hero in the game is the Granger. I mean, I said it the other way around, but even so, we're going to see the Brody getting picked out. You just saw Arix the other day on it. He was completely cracked, I mean, props are due. But hey, maybe Lita's gonna take the win here on the lane because we saw Brody dominating the Granger, but still, maybe it could go the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to the laning phase here. How much pressure can Portugal apply? Especially since, they have a very good front line, but then again, it's pretty slow. It's pretty rugged. You need to extend those utility spells to at least get into range for, people for the side of Croatia who have that distance and have the immunity. So, again, the team fights are going to be nasty.
I think Croatia needed a Fredrin on the jungle or a frontliner fighter, something with a bit of CC, because right now they don't have anything.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a few interesting emblems. We're gonna have the Terizla with a Vengeance, not a Flicker, and a Belarus with a Vengeance. I mean, it can work pretty good, but usually you see Revitalize on Belarus and Flicker on the Terizla.
Yeah. I mean, it's for the play mix, right? Again, it makes sense, but now the Vengeance enables them to, I guess, counter those dive-ins a lot more for Julian, but the rotation are pretty normal looking in. So river control is more towards Croatia.
Croatia. I mean, it depends, right? Because the advantage goes to Team Portugal, if I'm not mistaken. They have a bit more team fight potential in their game, but the Julian has the level 3 advantage on the Alpha. And we're gonna see a bit of a slow clear coming from him, right? Demon just picked up by the decision to give him a bit of help in their game. 4 people in the bot lane. Are we gonna see an engage here?
I think they want to go in, but they don't have the level 2s here.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
fantastic
death mark.
stun there, coming in connected by Ivy and here again forcing them back. It's just so much, giving Alifa the space that she needs to farm
Both of
up
the
those
fighters
minions,
use their
and now-
vengeance at the same time. They're fighting it out, they're digging it out like they would all days. I remember when
Oof.
Terizla used to be the kill laner meta. The one alt wonder what we like to call him with that his own figure combination. He was devastating, but we're gonna see him recall to regain a bit of his mana, I assume, and his HP. Again, Demon just picked up by the floor in slow game in their game. The Julian is gonna take advantage of that turtle and take it along, but are we gonna see a gang on bot lane? We're probably seeing it. Turnen.
Oh, this might go, but
Belleric is
again,
there.
Croatia is
there.
just staying turtle. What are you doing? Are they not gonna gank? Wait. Huh? Hang on. Slow process. They're looking for the angle here right now, and Mokita has to fall back with the Florin now showing up to the party, and it's just pretty slow coming in for Portugal, though. Croatia just might go for maybe an invade here. Soyulas in the top side.
If I was on a team of Croatia, Portugal out of Devon and went for an invader to take that jungle on the bot side. They were wasting a bunch of time there, right? Staying around, but the Julian is level 6.
Oh,
And it's gonna take Lilia
yeah,
down.
so low. Yeah, that's the first blood going into Croatia, and now they gotta clear the lanes at least, maybe. But Portugal plays for the slower game, jungle more towards the top side.
As soon as Sirin gets his stacks up and he gets farm, he just needs a proper functional, which he has. He has the Belleric, he has the Terizla, he has the Alpha, something that can front him. The Cleopatra can also dish a ton of damage a bit later in the game. So, that's left off this in.
Yeah.
Julian right now is the deciding factor. He is winning, he is farming, he is doing a lot. But they're gonna camp out that mid turtle / Lord Bush. We're gonna see an engage.
Hang on.
No?
Oh, very disciplined there. Didn't want to go for a play. But again, Solis is just farming right now.
Look at
And
Lilia.
Lilia so low, has to play it safe. Oof, denied so much space by Nika here. But in bot lane though, it looks like Croatia wants to go for a gank. Maybe go for a dive, but again, spotted out. Not fully committing. But might just see an alpha charge if he wants to forward. But no, Lila's so low on HP. Has to play it safe, and Turtle gonna be spawning in.
I think Team Portugal is scared to make an engage on Team Croatia. Croatia has the early game advantage. They have that bloom. But I think they missed out so many fights possibilities. The Vexana was going past them. And they're 4 versus 4 on the bot lane. But the Belleric still doesn't have his ultimate. He doesn't have that Wrath of Dryad.
I mean, she just knows. She just knows they're there in the bush now. Mokita could go for a steal here, maybe with Alpha Charge. There it is. Dives on towards the backline, and Soyos instead picks up the turtle. But UBV so low on HP, still manages to survive. And Cleopatra being picked off here by the Florin. It's just massive as Soyos tries to go for Sunflower, maybe even more, and does get the double kill. Bring members inside Portugal down. It's a 4-0 right now. Croatia going for a purple steal.
I think I know what's wrong with Team Portugal. I don't think the Belleric has his roam boot spot. I don't think he has them.
Oh, that's a key vital error, I believe so.
That's why
still
he's still level 3,
right?
Yeah, that's why he's still level 3. But Soyles, just killing down that Brody, getting that bot tier 3 turret down, and in the top lane the trades are going in favor of Team Croatia. The CC can just do a ton of damage, and the Terizla cannot answer as soon as he's the penalty zone. He's gonna be basically caught out. Doesn't have the flicker to escape. He uses vengeance most of the time. But we're gonna see the Belleric buying out the level 4 skill Wrath of Triad.
Let's get it right in time now. Elias could go for a play here, maybe the penalty zone, fully commit, but again, it's just so low HP. Does come in on towards there and picks up one. Florin gets taken off the board. Alifa managed to survive though, but Cleopatra is so low on HP. Ninika wants to commit and get a kill on towards, gets the huge bounce there. Oh, that was a little bit of a game mechanics use.
Rattle Dryad.
Sunflower so low there, has to pop it out. Rattle Dryad used here, but Surly is just so farm right now. He's level 10. Doesn't matter what they have. Angie's the next one to be targeted, and Ibruville is gonna be the one picking him up as Croatia is 8-1 right now.
I mean, 403 is a pretty big lead for So Useless, but even so, Mukamori is not that far behind. He's only 2 levels behind. I think one team fight is gonna change it around, but Teresa has the penalties on will. He connected though.
Yes, saving it perhaps, but lands on a 1. Wants to go for more maybe, but again, Ibruville time and time again getting a clutch CC chain with the Eternal Guard. It's just so huge. Again, did he even use it?
Did not.
Oh, I must have missed that. But again, Croatia is just so farm right now. Surly is level 11. It's only 7 minutes into the game, Zakota.
I mean, I think that Portugal's roamer forgot to buy roam again. He's so far behind the other roamer from Team Croatia. The Florian is level 8, he's level 5. That's a pretty big difference. Even if the roamers and the teams are falling behind, they should be close in equal level to the lowest. Maybe close the mid, basically. The lowest level has to be the same as the roamer usually.
That's true, that's true. Again, a vital era here, which we did see in other esports scene, at least, where someone forgot to buy a jungle item. But then again, now Portugal on the back end, it's not looking great. 8-minute mark is also going to be showing up as maybe when the Lord spawns in, Croatia just might end the game.
I mean, I think So Useless is just camping out in that echo bush, as we like to call it here on the desk. Maybe they're going to try to pick out either the Belarus or the Sicilian. I think either of those two is going to be a pretty good thing. You know, the Vexana has a Death Grasp. She can just on someone, if I'm not mistaken. Even so,
look at the combo.
Big
Game 1. Yep.
Penalty zone.
There's knock up, Eternal God also alongside, but it's as killing spree. 4 members now, make that 5. That's a complete team wipeout for Portugal. Croatia looking to end the game pretty soon. It's not even the 10-minute mark, folks, here. And again, Eto is just going to clear those minions, but the next wave is almost ready. Croatia looking to maybe out damage, but doesn't have the minions. Mid lane might be susceptible. Mokita is here to go in for the alpha charge, but again, too risky here. Hasn't played safe for his team, and that's a huge advantage here for Croatia.
I mean, as we know, Croatia is in the lead, 14 kills to 1, and I believe it's a 12,000 gold, if I'm not mistaken, 12,000, 13,000 or so gold.
Around that, yeah.
Even so, 3 turrets on the side of Croatia, 6 turrets as well.
Yep.
1 inhibitor turret from the mid lane. I mean, that's the most important turret. You don't want to lose that one in particular. Even so, the jungle difference is also 5 levels. The roam difference is 3 levels. I mean, that's pretty huge, right? Leopard trap 0 4 0, Sunflower 0 3 0, Mokito Moti 0 to 1, Angie 0 to 0, 1 3 0 for Lila on Rizla.
Yep. You know, Zakota?
Enough about
this just might
Rumble.
be over for Portugal. Again, the Florian picked up the fleeting time again, so those blooms are just going to be spammed so many times in team fight. Lord marching down mid lane.
The Lord is indeed marching down. Madara Uchiha has joined the battle and he's looking to end it all. He's in his 10 tails platform. What? Penalties on solo on the floor and not enough.
Yeah, not even connecting here. Instead, Eternal Guard gonna knock up 2. Might just pick up 1, maybe. Oh, Lila's so low on HP. Managed to survive, but at the cost of Sunflower falling into the hands of Soyules as the inhibitor turret gets pummeled, and Croatia taking the first game of this series with a 15-1 clear sweep.
I mean, the winner of the first game, as you said, is Croatia. But again, it's a best of 3, so maybe in the second game, Portugal is gonna turn it around.
Well, how long was that match? 11 minutes?
10 minutes and 21 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
But Lilian,
was it the fastest one? Yeah?
No, the fastest one of the day, yes. The fastest one of the tournament, no. The fastest one, I think, was 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
That's insane. Okay.
That's
But yeah, you were asking me something.
And I was asking, let's get into the highlights. I mean, I'm waiting to see what happened in the highlights.
Yep. Just
A
have
lot
all that
of
thought
team
and
fights
now-
coming in from Croatia. They planned them out perfectly. Again, that
Lauren really changed the game. She was using that Bloom killing one from up. Yes, she did die one time, but still, that doesn't matter. She is the roamer. She had that purifier. If she had the flicker, I think she would have been escaping. But Sunflower, I think, not having the roam was the biggest game changer, right? Because that's gonna just put Portugal behind by a lot.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And you know, the fact that also the lanes got pressured so much. The top lane, bottom lane, mid lane, every single side, even the jungle side was getting a hard gapped here, at least for when the fact that the objectives was just being taken time and time again by Croatia, and the gap was just too much, I'd say, at least when we got to the mid game here. But taking a look at the statistics,
we're gonna see the most damage dealt coming in from the studio with 34,300. Following closely behind is the Vexana with 31,925, and in the third place is going to be the Granger with 27,780 damage. The most healing belt. I mean, hey, it's the Florian, obviously, but still,
yeah,
Julian is only a few thousand behind. That's much said
crazy,
about it.
no?
The Beleric not having the roam in the early game is what changed everything, right? He bought it late. He bought it after minute 8. I think that was, you know, bit, you know, I mean, the alpha didn't get enough farm, right? The alpha didn't get enough farm. Even if he doesn't take the XP from level, from minute 1, I believe, till minute 1. After minute 1, he can take the XP, but still, just taking that little bit of XP is gonna make the alpha, I mean, lose a lot of farm, right? And the gold is what's important. I mean, you can see the difference.
Yep. And I mean, in the early game also, they were trying to go for the setups here, maybe the ambushes, but then again, Vui on the Vexana, just scouting them so much. I mean, she just knew they were there in the bushes. And taking a look at the turrets, no turrets taken by Portugal.
I mean, no damage dealt as well.
Yeah. That's a 0 in the 0. That's 4 zeros.
4 zeros on the map. I mean, 7 zeros if I'm not mistaken, on the entire side of Portugal. But even so, the gold obtained per minute coming from Croatia is 5,321. Gold obtained from Portugal is 4,039. The most damage taken from Team Croatia is 34,300, and the most damage taken from Portugal is 13,060. Damage tower from Croatia 38,797. Damage from Portugal 0. Turret, Lord, and Turtle, 3 turtles, 1 Lord, 6 turrets, 0 for rest of Portugal. The gold obtained from Minion and Creeps, 15,499 from Croatia, 9,989 from Portugal. The most gold obtained in the game, it was the Julian, 9,174. Most elimination, him again with 6. Most damage dealt, him again with 34,300. And the wingman, the carry, 9 assists coming in from the Florian.
Oh, I mean, they were just all over the map, and again.
So I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen in game number 2.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I just want to say again, so useless. She just might not be useless. I mean, just looking at how far she was farming, yeah.
Something definitely changed about that. So I mean, my view on Soya changed a bit as well. But as you said, he wasn't that useless. I mean, yes, something changed, something will happen, and something is indeed different. But even so, Croatia takes the game by a sweep with a score of 14-1, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, hey, it was a pretty fast game, but we can escape a little. I can't even speak. Oh my god, I'm so excited. We can, you know, expect a lot more coming from Team Portugal. We know how their med roster plays. They were the dark horse of the tournament, so maybe Team Portugal as well. Again, going to turn to dark horses or to dark ponies. I don't know.
I mean, again, mistakes happen, but now the first game, it's just the first game, you know. It's a complete series.
First game of the day, you know.
They might change some things up. They might change some things up in the next time around.
Exactly, but with that note, we're going to go on a short little break to give these teams a chance to think about their upcoming draft for the next game. Again, I'm Zakota, joined here on the desk with Lynn, and we're gonna be right back.
Welcome back, folks, to the World Esports Iesf Mlbb Women's EU Regional Qualifiers 2025. It's day number 1, and we are on to the second game of this first series. I'm your caster, Linwell, and joining me in the desk is none other than the mischievous Dakota.
I mean, what can I say, Linwell? I was surprised about game number 1. Croatia took it by a sweep. Something must change in game number 2 for Team Portugal to take a bit of a lead. But do you think something's gonna change?
Well, hopefully, I like to see a little bit more competitiveness, at least from the side of Portugal. And since, again, it was, you could even say it was a quick one, a very quick sweep, or even, I mean, we got to see drama, we got to see entertainment.
Yeah, maybe they're
Right.
beating up, they're thinking about the draft as we speak right now. I'm sure they will cook up something, mischievous, as I said. You call me mischievous, I'm gonna call the draft a little bit mischievous. We saw a few heroes we didn't expect. We saw the Belarus, we saw the Alpha, we saw the Mlbb. I think the whole draft of Team Portugal was unique.
Yeah, very much. But, I mean, something's got to change, right? So, Dakota, again, going to this game number 2, the Florian's got to get banned, right?
I mean, definitely the Florian and the Julian as well has to be banned.
Oh.
But as we said, that let's not fantasize about the draft and let's get straight into it. The Julian and Florian getting banned out by Team Portugal, Croatia banning out
Instant.
Lucas and Kalea. I mean, something did change.
I mean, well, Kalea got swapped around here, and Portugal on the blue side. Again, they could pick up maybe a potential hero who could give Croatia a run for their money, but nonetheless, again, is there any heroes that start with Z? Oh yeah, Zask. I mean, I can't compare your name to Zask. Never mind, dude. Your name's so difficult to make puns.
Jukshin, Zaz,
Jukshin,
Zaytan,
is born by thy wish.
El
Dakota.
Sazi,
By land
Dakota,
and
Zeus.
Yeah, they could pick up Dakota here on the red side, I guess.
They could pick up Dakota, they could pick up the Funny.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see a Funny day. But hey, maybe something will be definitely changed in the upcoming series between Portugal and Belarus, if I'm not mistaken. We saw how strong
Could
the
be,
Belarusian
maybe.
team was when they defeated the main Romanian roster. I mean, the men's side of ISF. Even so, Portugal should maybe pick out. Would be a nice niche for the Vexana. I think is gonna be a first pick, decisive pick, because you don't want to show your trump cards, right? Something is gonna click in the heads of Croatia, and they're gonna try to draft around that. But even so, I mean, I'm excited to see what Portugal's gonna do. Are we gonna see the Belarus again? Are we gonna see something different? Maybe we're gonna see the Alpha being picked out again.
Oh, again, since there is no Julian, so could be possible, very much indeed. But
But Kacha.
oh, everything's wrong. I like this pick here from Portugal. Very flexible, could go in for the EXP or even the Rome could be flexed out. But Croatia, though, they just might have the direct counter.
They just go to the system. We saw it last game. We saw it in the hands of, I think, Alita, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Alita.
Alita was the marksman.
Everlasting.
I believe Ninika.
Ninik. Yeah, I believe Nini.
Either
indeed
Ninika or
hold the CC.
Ibivui. Yeah.
I believe Ibivui was the mid laner. We saw that Vexana the older game, but even so now we're gonna see Sicilian with that arch face, with that sanguine claws just catching out in Portugal lacking. Are we gonna see an Alpha again perhaps? Or maybe we're gonna see a Suyo. Suyo still left open, Link's open, Hayabusa's open, Nolan still up on the table for grabs. YSS could work for them as well, but what do you think, Linuel?
Again, YSS could be great, like you said. He has immunity also and the flexibility, but then again, I think Portugal just might stick with the similar playstyle that they had before, namely having tanky frontliners and just backliners who can
hope will
dish out the
find a
damage
Igorian.
here.
even when
You're around
eyes
Vexana.
forlorn.
There's the Vexana, yeah.
Vexana staple pick of IESF women's qualifiers. Maybe.
Yep. Maybe, It's just a queen versus a vampire here now, for at least the mid lane. But oh, they're going for the combo here with
Combo with Carmilla.
Oh, Carmilla and
Fun fact for the people watching, if you guys don't know, Cecilian and Carmilla have a unique interactions that allows Carmilla to go inside of Cecilian, refreshing her skills as well. So if you use the stun on Carmilla, if you use your first skill on Carmilla, you're gonna get it back in a second. You go into Cecilian and you go out again. So you're gonna get on a small overshield as well. And I believe that passive is called True Bond.
Yeah. But you know, that can be broken also. Nothing's forever.
Just like me and you, Linwell. Just like me and you. After this, I hope we're gonna meet
more.
again. I mean,
Need some stitches?
no, come on.
I can
Give me a
help
high
you
five for
with
these
this
days.
burn.
Come on.
Alright, just for all time's sake.
Ah, you lagged. No, your camera lagged. I was gonna do the funny.
no.
Or maybe you're just too fast for me. Maybe you know you pulled it out of frame. Did you know? Oh,
Yeah. Oh. 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 Wait.
wait.
That's slow.
No,
Oh.
I mean,
Oh wait. Hang on.
Magic
Hang on.
is my
Hang on,
life.
Your
hang on,
team
hang
is
hang
banned.
on. Alright, never mind.
that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's
Yeah,
enough.
that's enough of that.
We're gonna see the
enough
heart
of
getting
that.
banned out, joined by the Melissa. I think they're gonna ban out the bro because you saw it in the hands of, if I remember correctly, Lilas?
Yeah.
Or was it Angie? Lilas or Angie? I don't remember exactly. But even so,
Yeah.
Alita is probably gonna pick out the Granger again. The Granger still left up on the table. I think they're gonna ban out the junglers for Team Portugal. I mean, hey, if you ban one, you're gonna leave yourself without one. So the fun
Yeah.
is open, Link open, Hayabusa open, Suyu open,
Let's go.
YSS still open.
Your team
You're gonna
is
ban out the
banned.
Iesf, a direct counter to the Ranger.
Yeah. Croatia looking to take the Granger in the hands again, rightfully so. They are on the red side. Portugal, though, I mean, they gotta expect the Granger, right? So should ban it maybe at this point, unless they have a star goal laner playing on their
The
hands.
Hayabusa.
No.
But
Okay.
will so
I mean-
useless. Will they go for the Granger or the so useless? It's not so
Oh.
you. I mean, hey, I was talking
Yeah.
about him. He's a 3-skill hero. I feel like most people, when they want, a nice and niche hero that's pretty easy to learn, they go for either the Julian or the Suyin because they're level 3, like power spikers.
Yeah. Well, then again, I mean, they could go for the level 2 power spikers, namely the Fanny.
Funny. I mean,
Right.
that's the only one. That's the only one.
Yeah. I mean, Selena also, maybe. Selena jungle, that could be.
Nah,
decent,
I mean,
maybe.
you can say the Roger as well, but like, I don't think you're gonna
Yeah.
see it.
True. But now Portugal, 2 picks on their side. Is it gonna be the Granger?
I think it's gonna be the Granger from Team Croatia. Again, we're gonna see the Alpha
Your team
and the Hanabi getting picked out. I mean,
Dang.
pretty decent combination. The implosion with the Higambana and the AOG could go a long way with the Grasp Bong in front of Exana and the Spear of Alpha. I mean, that's a pretty good teamfight combination right there. But once we're gonna see the Granger getting picked out with the Death Sonata, we can reveal inside of pushes. It's gonna make him a little bit harder to gank,
Yeah. The team fights are going to be pretty interesting to watch. A lot of CC combinations here from both the teams. And Croatia, though, I want to see a massive play here by Ninika. Unless, Alito could just carry the game. Unless that happens.
Maybe.
But, Zagoda, what's your expectations for game number 2 here? As we're going to have into the
I
match?
had very high hopes in Portugal, but I see that Hanabi pick. I mean, I don't like that hero a lot, so I think I'm gonna go with Croatia for game number 2.
Well, looks like Croatia is going to be the favorite here, as we see. And I mean, like you said, the Hanabi against the Granger. There's not even a Lolita to back her up.
And I would have liked in Portugal to go for the Fanny on that jungle, skip that Alpha, go with that Fanny with that cutthroat, still cable combination. I mean, it's a really easy. Or Fanny is really easy, right? When you play her.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to know the map and then land your cables successfully, which a lot of players tend to spam it towards the hero, not necessarily walls, but then again,
Maybe you're gonna grab onto the hero, who knows? I mean, maybe it's gonna be like a Franco hook. I remember one time I was watching, I believe, a professional game where I was a part of a professional game and I was playing Franco on the roaming position and I was ulting a jungle creep, so I can pull out mischievous things, as you said, but even so, we're gonna get into game number 2 between Croatia and Portugal. Linuel, please give us a little breakdown of the emblems.
Yep. Like inside of blue team, yeah, looking pretty normal under the fact that even the red team also. I mean, the only thing that catches my eye is Soyless didn't really go for the impure rage here for the faster lane clear.
I mean, Useless can go with the Kidney because it's a team fight composition that they have with the Carmilla, Sicilian, with Sanguine Claws, you know,
Yeah.
with that Blood Ode. And again, it can be a big game changer because, you know, you can sustain a little bit more in a fight. But the Impure Rage, yes, it does allow him to clear faster, but nowadays it's not as good as before, as much as before. Still,
Oh yeah.
look at Suyu. They're still level 6, they're gonna look out for a kill right there. Done.
Yeah. Looks like this might happen. There's a Sacred Hammer being pulled, and the Sanguine Claws. Sunflower has to flicker out of safety, but there is the Vengeance here, tanking a lot of damage for his team. But Portugal again running with their tail stuck behind their legs as Croatia just might even Aegis used there. A lot of resource extended.
The Vexana, I believe, if she used her Deadly Grasp a little bit earlier, she could have maybe killed, I mean, the jungler of Croatia.
Yep. Could have been a huge advantage, but now instead they are going to be on the backhand, and with both members really low on the XP and the jungler, Croatia looking to take the turtle here, but Portugal is not very far off, but they are lacking their levels. Not having a level 4 is such a huge disadvantage, but Mokita is still going for it. It's gonna get resetted though. Now Inika could go for the forefront. Hanabi all the way from bot lane here. Goes for the alpha charge. And he's gonna get the first blood alongside the turtle. Portugal getting 3 for a... Wait, a turtle alongside?
3 kills, and it was a 5-man rotation towards the turtle objective. And they're gonna take a bit of the plating away from Team Croatia's mid lane, but even so, the Ranger still hasn't fell down to any of Team Portugal's members. But Hanabi got 3 assists.
Yep.
Angie.
Oh, Angie. Oh, playing with fire there. Sacred Hammer just gonna allow her to escape. Sunflower coming in clutch here for her team. Now, even having the implosion could utilize it in one of those lanes.
Magic shoes bought by the Suyu, giving a bit more cooldown reduction. I mean, that's pretty normal. But even so, we're looking at an invade on the bot side jungle of Alpha.
Oh. Yeah. And now, though, I think they're gonna be successful in that with most of Portugal in the top side. Alpha is gonna be rotating. Mokita just might catch them, but a little too late. Retribution gonna be used. Yep, there is a steal here, folks. 4 members of Croatia on the bot side. Portugal, though, going on the aggression on towards the CC here, but she's just playing it safe, you know. But wait, hang on, Curtain Call alongside Impure Rage, stunning him, and then the Eternal Guard also pushing and getting a knock-up. So low on HP, but still tanky, and managed to survive out of all of those abilities. Now, Portugal, not getting much, but meanwhile, Croatia on the bot lane side. As the Gambana getting a CC combination, but the turret's already going to take it down. Cleopatra all alone, gonna be bursted down with the evil Queller as Soyless gets one on the board.
Alpha was there, but he wasn't fast enough. We're gonna see a little bit of mid control coming from Team Croatia, but still, the CC surviving that 3 versus 1 when they expanded an implosion, revitalized, and a Death Guard from Vexana. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? The Vengeance really came in clutch.
Yep. You know, the fact that, again, she just unpunished every single time. It's just allowing Croatia to have so much control for the XP lane, and now they're gonna utilize that towards the turtle. Gonna be started by Soyless, and now the Cursed Blood is gonna be available if they want to activate it for the team fight. AOG also could be an option, but no, they're gonna give it up, and instead now try to go for an invade perhaps onto Mokita's jungle here. Gonna go for a dive, but there is the Sacred Hammer alongside the Implosion, gets 2, but nonetheless, the Bash Feast doing a little burst, but Angie's gonna be the one pick up Ninika alongside with the Eternal Guard, but they're all so low on HP, has to back off. Croatia trying to find one for the trade, but Soyless goes for a snipe, not enough though.
Even so, I believe that Team Portugal won that trade of 1,100 gold difference between these 2 teams here. Even so, I think Croatia is going to take that mid lane threat, opening up the jungle of Alpha, and looking at the top lane as well. Maybe that too. 2 level difference between the junglers. Soyo is going to go and take that tower down as fast as possible. Maybe look for a possible down team fight. Sanguine Claws used, a lot of damage coming through.
Oh, Iesf playing with fire right now, but Sunflower is going to be here with the assistance. Sacred Hammer coming in. Implosion also not available, so they have to play a safe. Curtain calls are coming in, but again, too far out of range. Croatia can't really find any. They do get the turret, however.
The map being fully opened by Team Croatia really puts big stagger in Portugal's plans for the next big fight. Even so, I don't think Portugal can contest the next turret, and I don't think they should contest it. But even so, the CC is going deep. Implosion is available, Flicker is not. Hanabi still has her Aegis to sustain that crowd control immunity. Even so, the Death Guard available, the Revitalized used for the team fight.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's the right call though. Now it's looking like there's going to be an invade on the purple section. Sunflower, Silent Claws activated alongside the evil player. CC wants to go in. Curl call pulling him back, but there's the Eternal Guard there getting a 3-man knockup, killing spree for Angie right now as Cleopatra picks one more. For his team pushing on to AV Rule, and Mokita's going to be one to pick her up as there's only 2 members of Croatia left. Soilis and Alita trying to make some magic happen on towards Elas. Maybe we go for a dagger dash. Though Alita picks him up. Oh, that's 2 for 3 though, and now they are looking to get the turtle.
In 2-4-3 trade coming in from Portugal. They are winning the team fight, but they are losing the long war. Antiquarius being picked up by Sunflower 13. Cleopatra just needs her Demon Hunter, so I think she's gonna be doing a bit more damage. She has the Corvus, if I'm not mistaken, but Soyo picks up the Warlock. They're slain by Soyoless.
Oh, yeah. And it's looking very grim right now for at least the side Portugal. They're winning the team fights, like I said, but objectives is where it matters here, folks. And with the Lord spawning in after 100 seconds or so, Croatia are going to look to capitalize. And now I believe that they will try to go for a team fight, perhaps maybe right before the Lord, unless they want to play it safe.
I think they need to go for some third, but even so, Gatsukachu just finally picked up that dominance ice, allowing them to sustain a little bit more damage and, negate that healing of Suivio and Sicilian's batteries.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could go for a split push, like you said, but who is really going to do that? Maybe Cleopatra on the Hanabi, but she does need the support, and then you're going to be extending a lot of resources towards that.
I mean, Lias and Hanabi need to go together and farm a bond. I don't think it's going to be enough. As I said, they don't have split push potentially. Inside of Croatia has the Suyu. The Granger, I mean, not that much of a split push, but still can survive on by himself.
Yep. Even having the flicker here, which normally, if against huge CC competition, you see Rangers picking up the Purify, but now Alita has more mobility now, and that's another just coming in for pokes here. But then again, they're just playing the safe game. Flickers are online though, so maybe something could happen.
Both of the teams have their abilities and spells ready for the upcoming Lord fight. They're trying to get a peek of as the team Croatia, I think, might be the ones taking the pick. The Alpha and the T will have to combo together to just then. Sanguine Claws.
Soilis so deep in. That's a Cosplay activating all 4 by AG on towards the front line here. Mokita's gonna be one to pick up Ninika, but we still have a fight going on for the side of Croatia as 3 of the members fall for 1. That was not a good trade coming in, Zagoda.
It was not a good trade coming in, but still, I think we're seeing a few more comfort picks coming in from Portugal, and that's why they're doing so better. I did predict that Vexana, and look how dangerous he is. 5-0-2. And the Titular Zulitans Implosion is coming clutch.
Even
Ooh,
perfect
that
timing here.
Death
Wow. Half HP already now. Again, conceal play coming in with the Purified. They have to back out unless Alita tries to go for a steal. There's a mega kill with that Sonata. Sunflower, the next target perhaps. And there it is. Now Lord Solo on HP. Eternal God coming in, but the EV Rule picks it up for the steal here. Croatia getting the Lord, and 2 kills is huge.
I don't know if you noticed that, but the Kazukacha died at the hands of the Lord. Madara Uchiha has taken another life on the battlefield, but even so, Soiles looking for a fight. He gets booked out. He cannot dive, he cannot compare to the Alpha. As we know, Alpha is a pretty decent counter to the Suyu pick. Even so, I think they're just looking for it. That's what Portugal needs to do. They're winning those skirmishes, but they're losing the long battles because of the Granger. Lightning Truncheon picked up by Angie. She has been doing a ton and ton of damage. Even so, I think the most in the entire game.
Yep. was it in the previous game also the Vexana dealt the highest damage, I believe, with on the hands of Croatia, who it was Ibivul, right?
It was Iesf exactly, but I don't think the
Yep.
most damage was the jungler, the Julian. Julian did the
Yep.
most.
Oh, okay. Now though, second close, massive on towards two players. Shot down here for Alita, getting the monster kill alongside Mokita falling in, and the Lord pushing down the top lane here. They want to clear in from the mid and maybe use the concussive blast for the turret. But Soiles trying to snipe them down. Cleopatra already half HP, could have her extend the Aegis
Low charge.
maybe before. Yep, it's gonna deal a lot of burst damage. Second Claws getting two, forces the Revitalize very early on. Sunflower looking for a Flicker Implosion play, but Croatia is just not giving her that. But hang on, so tanky right now. But Ilias getting the kill. Hunters, the CC is just huge for them, opening the map. Now 5v4 for this scenario as minions are pushing down, but will Croatia commit further on? Is the question, which I guess I just answered instantly.
They will commit further on by taking that bot side there. 3 versus 1 right now. Tigger is going to go up and try to assist the Hanabi, but you're gonna give it a little break. After 12 minutes, the Aegis disappeared. I think if Team Croatia held that Lord a little bit longer and not cleared the wave, it would have been the better call.
Yeah, very much so. And now they'll have to wait for the 45-second mark, but we're already 12 minutes into the game, and you can see that the highest farm is Alita.
10,300 gold. In second place is gonna be Suyu with basically 9,000 gold. Third one is gonna be Cleopatra, surprisingly, and Lilias in the fourth place, 7,000 gold. He has been farming it properly. I mean, she has been farming it properly. My mistake.
Indeed, indeed. We're talking about the hero. Don't worry, don't worry.
Talking about the hero, I mean, but
yeah.
you know, who says Ketsukacha cannot be a guard?
Oh, I mean that is true. Maybe, it is 2025, but now Lord is going to be spawning in, and it looks like the Alpha Mokito's walking up alone. This just might be a crucial blunder now, folks. As that jungler is down here for Portugal. This is just a goal for Croatia to get the Lord instantly, and maybe get a huge push and end the game.
It looks that way, but even so, in about 11 seconds, the Lord is going to start marching down that top lane to try to push it down. Croatia needs to wait for Carmilla to hit a pretty big ultimate and combo with the Sanguine Clouds to catch them out to get there. Even so, the Suyu needs to land the initiating slam down on that Tigreal. As soon as he gets that implosion, it's going to be pretty much over, right? He can combo with the AOG, he can combo with the Spear of Alpha, the Vexana, the Death Guard. I mean, hey, there's so many things that Tigreal needs to do. But if you disengage, you engage on him first, you bait out that implosion, is going to be pretty much over.
Yeah, looks like it will be trying to utilize that flicker combo, and maybe in the top side here, unless he gets a good target here. Which Mokita getting sniped, Revitalize being used once again right before the Lord is gonna be huge for the side of Croatia though. Dice are gonna come in. There is the Suyo, there is the penalty zone. Maybe a lot of burst damage on towards both teams here, but 4 members of Portugal falls as the burst from Croatia is just too much. Ibivul, Alita, Soyules, all trying to end the game, and they do, pulling for a 2-0 clean sweep here and for the first of the series.
Granger did 1,000 damage with Sky Piercer, but congratulations to Team Croatia for advancing further in the qualifiers. I think they qualified. Let me check. No, they have one more thing, I believe.
No.
Let's get back into the highlights really quickly. We're gonna see a few really nice team fights. The first one being that Alpha taking out that third, and AOG coming through that implosion. No, that's a pretty good trick. So hitting out Suiles so many times is biggest part, right? I think that was giving Portugal a pretty nice lead. Not most of the time, because the Granger hasn't been punished enough.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have a right person to mark the Granger. Sunflower could go it, but again, she has to go for those major team setups here. At least they are a teamfight oriented copy. Every single ultimate from their team is just so good. Unless maybe Mokita could try and go for it, but it's very difficult. I mean, jumping in between a Suyo, a CC, and a Carmilla, that's just death sentence.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And those Sanguine Claws got so many people just pulling them back. And look at that. Talking about Sanguine Claws, pulling out and doing a ton of damage.
Yeah.
But even so, the CC initiation, just baiting out. Look at that, 1000 damage with Sky Piercer.
Dang.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra
It's
damage
gotta be
for free.
satisfying too, right? When you proc that.
Has to be. Look at that, the most damage in the game was actually the Castilian with 62,000, followed shortly behind by Granger with 6,168. And third place goes to Hanabi with 52,000, if I'm not mistaken, 457 total damage dealt. The most healing during the game was, again, the Suyu, if I'm not mistaken. No, the guy that Gacha healed the most, 38,206, but he used those revitalized unwisely, right? I would have waited a little bit more. I was gonna maybe use them in a team fight. Using a Thunderbolt is gonna be probably enough to get your defense up. As soon as you have those 10-20 stacks, that's gonna be the big agent, right? Even on Badang. Badang, you know, goes well with a Thunderbolt, but as soon as you get 10 stacks, it's gonna be even better. You don't fight until you get at least 10 stacks or so on Badang. 9-10 stacks and it's gonna be enough.
Yeah.
But even so,
And yeah.
the Gacha farmed extremely well.
But again, you know, since most of the side of Team Croatia has physical damage, you have Sicilian on the mage here, on the magic damage, but you're gonna be diving in pretty close on towards the enemy side. So again, if she had the revitalize, that could have been a game changer. I'm just saying.
I mean, hey, if she had the revitalize, it would have been a bit different, but even so, that's a bit too late for us to think about. But the most gold obtained per minute comes in from Team Croatia at 8,090. My apologies. From the side of Portugal at 6,817. Damage taken per minute 34,971. Damage taken from Team Portugal 2,658. No, 2,600. 26,586. My apologies, I'm a bit slippy. Damage to tower coming from Portugal at 3,181. Damage to turrets from Croatia 31,221. 1 turtle taken from Portugal. And 2 turtle school lords, 8 turrets from Croatia. A lot of gold obtained from minions difference. 6,000 difference. The most gold was Alita at 12,000. I mean, she played extremely well, Linwell. I mean, what do you have to say about this amazing series, right? It's a bit short, yes, but still, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, we do like to keep it short and nice, though. But nonetheless, though, the numbers, Zakoda, what do they mean?
The numbers don't lie, Linwell. They don't lie. Something has to change for Portugal to maybe make a difference in game 2. Something did change. Ante almost made a small, nice comeback. I mean, hey, props to Team Portugal. They played extremely well, even against a tougher opponent. I believe Croatia is one of the strongest in the whole tournament.
Couldn't agree more with that, don't you? And the second name, like you said, they tried hard. They had the early comp, they had those team fights, but when it just reached the late game, man, they didn't, like you said, they didn't have a target for the Granger, and just kept on being in the back line, dishing out the burst that our team needs. And now we're here, 2-0 sweep, Croatia.
Got to give props to Granger. He had that score of 10-0-3, finishing at the end with the most elimination as well for the entire game. But even so, as you said, they didn't have an answer. They didn't have anyone to go for the Granger. Yes, they had a Tigre. Yes, they had the Gacha, but they didn't go for them. They went for the team fights, for that Suyu, for that Vexana, if I'm not mistaken, or the Sicilian. For the top lane as well, they targeted the CC a lot because they knew they couldn't go down on the Granger. They couldn't target him. But Linwell, what impressed you the most? Which player impressed you the most? Which player did you take a liking to?
Well, that has to be answered by both you and me. Let's say you can't push me under the bus completely alone. So the thing about this, I mean, it's gotta be the mage, right, for Croatia. Ivyuk? I forgot. How do you pronounce it?
I believe
Ivyuk.
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 Even so, I think Alita impressed me a lot with that Granger, but even so, we're gonna go on a break before the next game between Team Portugal and Belarus. So stay tuned, grab some snacks, don't go anywhere, grab some water, cool yourself off in this amazing summer heat, and we're gonna be right back.
Welcome everyone, and welcome back to the World Esports Iesf Mlbb Women's EU Regional Qualifiers 2025. It's day number 1, series number 2 of the day. I'm your caster Linwell, and joining me in the casting desk is none other than Zakota here. Just looking quite fresh right now.
I have been refreshed. I was outside a little bit in this nice hot weather with a little bit of wind to it, playing a bit with my pets. What about Linian? What did you do in your break?
Hey man, I just doom scrolling. I just gotta say,
Doom scrolling. As you're gonna do something cool,
you know the vibes.
We're gonna do something cool. Even so, I mean, hey, we're gonna go into the next upcoming match between Portugal and Belarus. I'm excited. What about you, Linwell?
Well, I mean, and the fact that, you know, we can have and see a witness Belarus on the spotlight. We did see Croatia versus Portugal earlier on, and so what both teams were capable. But this time, Belarus, I mean, on the men's side, they were an underdog, right?
Yes,
but
they were.
Is it gonna be the same story?
I mean, Portugal and Belarus were underdogs. I mean, who knows? Maybe now they're gonna be a bit equal, but either way, it's going to be an amazing series. I can't wait, Linwell. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yep. Very much so indeed. I gotta pull you through the question now. This time it's my turn. It's my turn, Zakota. What do you think Belarus flag? Which hero represents it the most?
Represents Belarus the most.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good question. Let me think about it.
Ponder.
I think the Yin represents a lot. I know the colors. The colors give me Yin vibes. I don't know.
Well, fair enough. I can see that. The red, the green. I'm not too sure about that, but we'll have to take a look at the team roster here for the side of Belarus. We got Turbo King, Typio Mawa, I believe.
Turbo Mama.
Lisa.
Turbo Mama.
Turbo. Okay, that's my bad. Equanimity, ability power. Oh, AP. It's definitely a Jamaica. But yeah, Zakota, you gotta help me out on pronouncing these names.
I think I'm gonna butcher them as well, so I'm just gonna go for their first name. Maria again, Lizaveta, Julia, Stefania. I mean, okay, that's. I mean, they look a bit scary, but they're pretty easy. You can try it out to believe in.
Yeah, I mean,
Elizaveta. Yes, Elizaveta.
Elizaveta.
It's like Elizabeth, basically. That's the Belarusian Elizabeth.
Dang, sounds quite posh, if you could say. I mean, I believe so.
Julia sounds a bit posh to me. I don't know.
Julia. It's like Julian. Yeah. But these are, again, new names, fresh names off the board, fresh teams here in the IESF, and I'm very excited to see what these new faces has to offer for us. And speaking of offering, Zakota, are you expecting similar drafts from?
I'm expecting
previous
similar
matchup?
drafts. Yes, Mr. Linwell. I'm expecting the Alpha again, the Vexana again. But let's get a reminder onto Team Portugal. We have Cleopatra, Sunflower, Mokita, Lilas, and Angie. Again. Wait, actually, name is missing if I remember correctly. Angie wasn't here.
Was she? I think Lila's changed. I believe. Oh no, never mind.
No, Lila was also in game number 1.
Yeah. The Lilas was the XP later. Never mind. Angie, really, I
think
feel
Angie
like
was
I've heard her
the
before.
roamer, I believe. Angie was the roamer, but let's
Yeah.
just go back over it again. Cleopatra as Carla Almedia, Sunflower as Raquel Silva, Mokita as Andrea Corrigo, Lilia as Liliana Durate, Angie as Angela Serrado. Even so, I mean, we've seen what they can do. We've seen that they can pull off an amazing team fight. They have that power, you know, we have seen it. But do you think it's going to be enough to take down Belarus?
Well, definitely a tough call to make. And, you know, like you've mentioned, they have team fight potential, but team fight potential is not the only thing that's needed to take the victory, take the dub. You need a little bit more of that macro for getting those objectives and like turrets, even like, because if you win the fights, it's not necessarily a W, right?
yeah, even if you win the fights, you need to do something afterwards. You need to carry that momentum over, that snowball potential, right? I would like to call it here on the desk. As soon as you win a team fight, you have to use that time when the enemies are dead to, do something, like maybe invade the jungle, maybe push a turret, maybe deny your enemy their jungle, take advantage of the situation, right? Your counterpart is dead, especially on jungle. It's important you try to invade. Take that lizard, take that beetle, maybe take a buff, maybe take a golem. But still, at the end of the day, we don't know what is going on through the minds of these players, but I think, they have their emotions, right? They have that stage fright as we casters do as well. But even so, I'm excited to see what Portugal is going to do in game number 1. We know they lost versus Croatia in series number 1, but still, it was pretty close in game number 2, if I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all you need if you want to take your chances, at least for next series. And seeing how Belarus, we don't really have a clear idea of what their playstyle is, what their game plan is. So, I mean, they do have the advantage for the fact that they have seen Portugal play the first match, right? They could have checked out their game, started the break, and maybe had a better idea, draft a better game plan. Maybe we are seeing in action.
We are seeing Portugal banning out the Kimi, followed up by the Louis. Belarus taking out Lucas and Badang. I mean, I would expect those three. I mean, these 4 bans are pretty basic, right? The Lucas is a bit unexpected, but we've seen the Louis being banned. We haven't seen her played yet. Matilda also going out the door following Louis, using that diversion to escape to the bans. But even so, I think Turbo Mama is going to ban out probably a gold laner, I feel like. The Granger is a good ban. Maybe the Hayabusa. Again, left up on the table. Julian has always seen that Team Portugal doesn't like playing against the Julian.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm just gonna throw a rock into the ocean here and say that it's gonna be a jungle here. Gonna go completely against whatever you've drafted. I know your analysis has been on point since game 1 today, but hey, things could be different. But
the Sicilian.
It was neither. It was neither.
This is the Sicilian in series number 1, game number 1 from, I believe, it was
Croatia. Yeah. Wait,
no,
Portugal
picked it. Portugal did play it, I believe.
Okay.
Even so, we've seen that Vexana,
yes.
we've seen that Vexana on Portugal side and was doing wonders. 5-0-7 if I'm mistaken. She only died 2 times in the entire game. So that's something to be looking forward to. But even so, Belarus, they have the second pick, and I think it's the strongest pick. Yes, they're gonna have the Hayabusa, the Fani. The Suyu gets picked up by Portugal.
Very early on, and like you mentioned, is this a risk worth taking? Is this a risk worth showing so early on? I mean you have.
I believe it's not a risk, right? I believe it's not a risk, but I think it's more of a comfort. But we're gonna see the Florin and Kalea getting picked out. Oh my god! I think Belarus is gonna take this game by storm. Just that Bloom is gonna be a game changer, and the Tsunami Slam on top of that.
So much shit.
Hard game for Portugal. Very hard game for Portugal.
Yep. Unless the team fight potential here. If they have the setup, maybe it's a maybe. Again, you can just take a purify with the Florian and just continuously sustain your team. So now Portugal on the other end, they are going to be answering back. So the question is, did he take the EXP laner now before it gets banned in the second draft phase?
I mean, I believe they're gonna maybe go for the Trigger yet again. No, they're going for the Aurora combo. Tigreal. No, the Beleric yet again. Let's hope they don't do the same mistake as they did in game series number 1 when they forgot to buy that Rome boot on Beleric.
Yep.
They didn't have that blessing up, and that really cost them the game, I believe. Beleric without Wrath of the Dryad is just another walking tree. But even so, what is Belarus gonna pick? Are they gonna go for the Hayabusa? Are they gonna go for the gold laner? Or are they gonna go for the mid laner? Knowing already, Angie has picked the counterpart to them, so they could pick out the counter. The Selena would work pretty well. Varia as well. Something to burst down that frigid glacier armor, something to burst down. I mean, hey, Hayabusa, no counter to it now.
Yeah, you're saying, and then now again, Hayabusa very good against this particular setup here from Portugal. You have you have the prevention from the hard CC here, but then again, you can just bait out those skills with the quad shadow. So again, fast hands, Belarus. Interested to see what King has in store. Which, surprisingly, in the women's league, I would see. I would thought that it would more likely be a queen.
Make some noise for yours.
I mean, it depends. Maybe she just likes the name King. Yeah? It just sounds a bit more powerful.
Hey.
Queen as well. I mean, you're more scared of the queen than the king, you know?
Yeah, in
Even
chess.
though we're gonna get the CC banned out, you're right, in chess as well. I mean, that's also referring to, but still, are you gonna see Sunflower banning out the Brody? I feel like the Brody or the Granger, they saw how strong the Granger is in series number 1 versus Croatia, so are they gonna respect that ban?
Well, could be likely, or they could throw us for a complete snowball with maybe a hard ban. Otherwise, though, Mage Ban could still be floating in the air unless they have a different plan in mind. Because again, I can't really get into the minds of Portugal in this first draft, at least.
I mean, I can see what they're going for, but there's gonna be that Melissa ban I was talking about, Marksman ban. They need to pick it up because that's what's gonna be a big game changer, right? They want something that's not gonna slow them down. And I was expecting the Granger instead of Melissa, but the Melissa's a pretty good ban. But that means they're gonna try to go for a big dive team composition. Maybe they got to catch yet again. We saw how strong it was in the hands. I believe Lilias ended last. But still, yeah, Fovius gets banned out. A pretty solid ban draft coming from Belarus. Portugal, I mean, just the Melissa's out of the ordinary, but so far it looks great. The draft is a bit unique. I mean, we like uniqueness around here, so still, you know, win-win scenario.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, likely, are they going to connect through, though, is the question here. They went for the Marksman ban again. They could double down and no, instead of Zushin.
By lantern flight.
I don't know. Oh, is that the right call to make here? Pretty solid. But
Juxin, I don't believe Juxin is ban worthy, right? She is an annoying hero, but you can easily counter her with a movement skill hero like Cho.
yeah,
But the clean gets picked out by Shiro. What will Sunflower and Cleopatra respond with? No, Cleopatra is the goal laner. What is she going to pick? We saw her on that Navi. We saw her, I believe, on the... What was it? Brody in game number 1? I think the Brody.
Brody.
So, I mean...
No... Either of those heroes against Clint is a little bit of a tough call to make.
Beatrix and Tigreal. We're gonna see XP lane Beleric.
Alright, it's gonna be pretty interesting, folks, but Belarus is gonna be the ones answering back. If you take complete control of the EXP lane, the team fight potential for the turtle is gonna be pretty solid if you're on the side of Belarus. It's gotta be
Belarus is just lacking. I mean, the glue, I don't think, is gonna have to be a mid laner.
Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot about the Kalea Florian. Unless, you know, you could slot the Florian as a mid laner. Call me crazy.
We are reaching further and further from God, Easter laner. But still, I think they're gonna go for a solid... Like, I mean, the Novaria would be really great here. The Novaria, I feel, is gonna be pretty good here, or the Selena. Give Hayabusa that quad shadow, you know, activation a bit easier.
Oh, there it is. That's why he's the analyst, folks. That's why he is the mastermind.
That's why I'm the GOAT. That's why I'm the GOAT.
That's
not the analyst.
You should go eat some grass or something.
Some grass? What am I, a Brachiosaur? Anyway, I think Belarus won this draft. What do you think? Will Samating be in play here?
Most likely not, but I am leaning towards your opinion also, Zakota. Another draft, very solid here, and again, the Novarius Astral Echo is just gonna give such a boost to almost every member, I'd say.
I mean, that Astral Echo is gonna give a lot of range for Krint, a lot of range for the Hayabusa with his Shadow Marks, with the quad Shadow as well, and the Uki Shadow Kill is gonna have a bit more range. I mean, that's annoying, right? Even so, the Kalea with the Tsunami Slam, I believe she also takes advantage of that. I mean, the Florian ties it together, just sustaining them down. Because, again, Portugal has a very team-fight coordinated draft, and Belarus has a pick-off draft.
Indeed. And the backline is just going to be targeted every single time, because, again, Belarus is just going to be in the XP lane, going to be sustaining against this Kalea, but now we are going to go into the match, folks. This game is the second series of the day. Day 1, Iesf Mlbb Women's EU Regional Qualifiers 2025. It's Belarus versus Portugal. Belarus on the red side, Portugal on the blue side. I'm your caster Linwell, and join me in the casting desk once again is none other than Zakoda.
I'm excited for this. Lisa is against Lilia, so hey, similar names. Even so, look at how we're gonna see an Astral Meteor hit that. Ooh, that was so close.
Ooh. Imagine if we got that. That would just have been deciding the entire early game flow, at least for Side Belarus.
Yes, sir. Turbo Mama is gonna get that blue buff, giving her a bit of an advantage. And cooldown reduction, we're gonna see the magic penetration getting picked out. Belric is getting his head kicked in, but I think he was winning that trade.
Yeah.
Oh, watch Shadows.
Still backed off the rope, but
Shadow
on.
kill.
Let's go for a
Yeah.
dive. Cleopatra has to force the flicker, trying to get him, but has to
So
Oof.
close.
So close. Those astral echoes every single time.
I believe Hayabusa was a bit too early with his Ungi Shadow kill. The Bear just managed to purify it. He managed to flicker away from it, but we're gonna see a big Astral Meteor hit Angie.
Oh. Yeah.
Damage.
Oof.
That's a lot of damage.
Still though, Pride of Ice not being taken there is gonna be a little bit of a difficult statement, at least in this upcoming third fight. Although we do see a little bit of invade, but hang on, we are having the Lisa battle here in the bot lane. But it's just too tanky. They heal off of each other. Now the turtle's gonna be started here by South Belarus. They want to take it more towards the advantage. Okita being spotted out. Sunflower wants to go in maybe, but Lisa looking for a target here just might instead be targeted. Though Tsunami Slam comes in, gets one, and Angie is still in the back here. Part of still on tag, but King Like Bro getting the turtle is gonna push them even further beyond. Let's try to get one, maybe. He does so low, and he does. First blood going towards Belarus.
A lot of damage coming in from that Hayabusa. Even if the Belric goes low, he used his vengeance earlier before the third fight even started.
Because I look.
So, retribution. I think we're gonna see one, right? We're gonna have to see one. It's going to
eventually,
happen.
yeah.
Maybe. Oh, no,
Yeah.
who knows? Cleopatra. Bunk. It's Sunflower. A lot of damage already. 700 or so damage coming in from the Navaria's Astral Meteor. But even so, I believe as soon as the Tigre is gonna get that level 4, that implosion play is gonna start to happen and appear a bit more.
Yep. Looks like he wants to go for it also. Maybe in the top lane here, gold lane could be an option. And giving Cleopatra maybe that advantage that she needs, but Nike Pro just might go in for Shadow. This Shadow kill and cleans it up. Flicker being used also, but just too late as Belarus gets 2 for nothing.
Hayabusa 2-0 already. Lisa using that Tsunami Slam to take that Belric away from his safe spot. The Vengeance being popped up. Counter-strike picked up by the Hayabusa. Lisa disengages. He committed the Tsunami Slam. Burnen. Dryad is still available. Bavaria?
Wait. Oof. Again, these are just warning shots right now. It's like, it's like America.
It's warming up, yeah.
You don't fully commit. Yeah, it's warming up. So I can hear the charge. I can hear the charge now, right?
The railgun is charging up, just building stacks on that Astral Echo. Hypothetical stacks, of course. But even so, come on.
Oh, again. No way, again, not again, the second time in a row, the third time in a row, getting a killing spree. She is just farming Cleopatra right now. Oh, Beatrix is not having a great time, but Turtle don't start it here. So far, just getting the second hammer on towards Lisa, providing the space that they need, and Portugal trying to take this lower Turtle. But Belarus, they have a different plan in mind. Nike Pro going for an invade, takes the purple buff from Makita.
Are we gonna get Cleopatra? Is Cleopatra gonna die again?
Again? No way.
Again and again.
Just wait for it. Wait till you see it. Ooh.
Shadow kill, not there. Poor thing. That was a strategy because you cannot focus anyone else, so you can immune it. The Frigid Creature Armor, the Foroga. I was gonna say the Foroga armor, but that's Xborg. But Aurora's passive is gonna save her as well from the Ugi Shadow kill, and you cannot go for the Tigre really right now without the War Axe, and you cannot go for the Beleric as well because it has the Vengeance on.
But still, again, it's just unfortunate, I'd say. But now Belarus, they're looking to get on towards Lilas, perhaps in bot lane here. Lisa, who's trying to go for a Tsunami Slam, but not finding in range here. You have to go for a slow push, perhaps, and both teams looking to trade the turrets bot and mid here right now.
Hayabusa, is he gonna be able to defend?
Unless
Yes,
it's a
use the shadow
1v4
kill.
though. Tries to go for it, maybe. Dash stun connecting, and that is just a combo. Cleopatra finally getting the revenge and saying no to the king.
I mean, if I was in the place of Hayabusa, I would have used my Ugi Shadow Kill to kill those minions and back away with my shadows, but I don't think he was thinking of doing that, right? He had the Ugi Shadow Kill available, but he didn't commit to it fully. Even so, I think that was a mistake he made, and he lost his lead advantage.
Now giving a shutdown in a very crucial moment right now. Instead,
Tsunami Slam!
just my couple lives, but no, he gets pulled. No damage not really connected. Instead, Cleopatra is zoning off with Banish Rage here. Turtle Gun spawning in, but Sunflower looking for a play perhaps. Boom! But oof, that's just half HP
Hayabusa
gone.
finally picks up that Warax. He is going to fight this turtle. He's going to meet. Benerick is on him. Vengeance being popped.
Vengeance popped here. Okita drawn to half. There's Astral Echo on towards 3. Sunflower being changed CC. There's Implosion, but it doesn't matter. Shiro just clears him up so fast right now and gets on towards the Belric as
Maniac.
well as a
Savage.
Maniac. First time of the series. Savage! What? Savage!
First
Achieved.
Savage of the day. Maybe
Day
we're gonna see
one.
second one in the game too. Who knows? 7-0-2 on that clean. He is so far on 6.5 thousand gold lead. Wow. An overall lead of, I believe, around 7,000 or so gold. Or more than 7,000. 8,000 now.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
And-
damage. Even so, Astral Meteor didn't land as much as I would like it to, but the Astral Echoes as well didn't come well. But are we going to see the Hayabusa dive that Beatrix again?
Again, third time's the fourth time's the charm. Liquor does have it
Ha,
ready.
the Wind of Nature.
There's the Wind of Nature though. Psych, you thought King Nightfur trying to escape, but oh, Tigreal, just not range. Use the Sacred Hammer, second phase instead of popping the implosion. But now they're gonna go towards the turtle.
I don't think it's worth it for Beatrix to get that Wind of Nature, yes. She just needs to play around with her roamer, and as soon as that Hayabusa plays her shadow, just wait for a trigger and ult, you know, implosion, boom. Because Hayabusa has a second of, a millisecond, right? I believe 0.3 second
Yeah.
of a charge rate, right? He has to
Technically.
charge at ultimate. He has to go and actually do an animation for it to work. So you can cancel it with a Tigreal implosion, you can do it with a Beleric taunt, you can do it with a Soyuz taunt.
Yeah.
Also, Lord finally taken out by Team Belarus. Astral
Hang on,
coming
nice
through.
slam. Astral Echo on towards 4 here. Backline be dive. Lisa's just chunking out so much damage, but instead she was gonna be the one to pick up the kills. Make a triple here right now. Going on towards Lilas here, who just might be smelted. Though, just get sniped. Astral Echo finally being connected. And Zakota, I just want to say, you miss all the shots you don't take. And how do you pronounce your name? Type from what?
Mine? My name?
No, type the Warriors, the non-warrior.
And various Turbo Mama.
Tifa. Turbo Mama.
Turbo.
Turbo
It's
Mama
Janet.
is just on a rampage.
Turbo Mama, that's the name.
Turbo
Oh.
Mama. Okay.
Turbo Mama.
Oh, hang on. Huge Astral Echo. Mogita so low on HP already. Madara taking the mid lane, inhibit the turret right now. Lisa looking for finding maybe a Tsunami
Slam.
Slam. But there is the Dryads, but doesn't matter. As Implosion only catches one though. King Knight Bro is gonna get a single kill though. Equanimity catches one. That's just a bonus kill for the support. And Belarus looking to end the game right now. Only 9 minutes in. They're melting down this inhibitor turret. And there it is, folks. First game of the second series taken by Belarus.
Again, Portugal is being defeated. First game taken, as you said, by Belarus. 1-16 kill. I mean, come on. 16 kills to 1. For Portugal. They have been punished this entire day. Very hard matchups going against them, but even so, a clean got Savage and almost 2 of them. But let's go into the highlights real quick.
Yep.
Look at the
I mean, the
punishments
game
on
was
Portugal.
very smooth early on. Wait, how long was that, Gertz? From the start till 6 minutes of the game?
Man,
King Nagi Pro, the Ibusa just he didn't leave Cleopatra, bro.
Maybe he took a like to her, who knows? But even so, Shiro just being able to get a Savage here must be a bit embarrassing, you know, that's, you know, congratulations.
Yeah.
And I believe he was about to get a second one, but he just didn't fully commit it. The Novaria took away his minion and he said, I don't want it anymore, you can take it. Here. Savage, boom.
Hey man,
Or
when you
earned.
win, you gotta share it to your teammates. You gotta share it to your friends.
Or maybe your teammates
Spread
are just
the wealth.
greedy. Your teammates are
Oh,
just greedy.
that could be the case too.
Here is when Novaria took the kill.
Wait, hey, this.
Look at Uge Shadow kill. Boom, boom, boom. Frigid Glacier comes through. It's 3 frozen actually.
Yeah.
Still not enough, they're way too far ahead. It was up, I believe, 9,000 gold. The most damage dealt in this entire game is from the clean. I mean, pretty close to the Novaria. 1,000 damage off from the Novaria to match up the clean, but still 38,050 damage. Novaria with 36,959. And the third one is going to be Hayabusa with 25,152. Look at Belarus damage. The most damage on Team Portugal, 21,000. And the most healing at 14,831. Total healing, I mean, the best total healing was, again, I mean, obviously the Galea with 30,596. The most gold earned goes to the Hayabusa. No, to the Clint. 8.910 total gold earned. And let's just take a look at the stats. Lionel, please.
Yep. I mean, she did get a Savage there, so that's a lot of gold here. But okay, the goal obtained, the difference is quite stagnant. Although 2k difference, Belarus on the lead with 5.8k. Meanwhile, Portugal 3.9, so making that 4k average it out. Damage taken though, most by Portugal, 14,498. Meanwhile, Belarus with 9,331. Not too far off, but they were a dive composition. Damage to towers 3,481 from the side of Portugal, and Belarus 27,226. They were just pushing left and right, top, bottom, middle, and what's the opposite of middle? I don't know.
The opposite of
Turtle Lord turret. I mean, they just needed one Lord to end the game. 9 minutes in, it was quite quick, and goal obtained. Again, 6k difference, rounds it out. Belarus on the lead, and the highest goal obtained was Shiro. Carries was Shiro with the most elimination, and damage tank was also Shiro. Wait, hang on, what?
Damage
Shiro
dealt.
got everything except, yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. Equanimity got most assists, so hey, that's something. But
Loading with the most assists. I mean, hey, that was a pretty intense game number 1, but we did see Portugal almost turn it around in game number 2 in the first series, so maybe it's gonna happen in this series as well. Lynn, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, could be possible. There's never a solidified fact after all, but one thing that surprised me was that Kalea healed more than a Florine, which is kind of... I mean, she was fighting 24/7 against the Belric, right?
Professor, that hero is also support type roamer, so she does have a little bit of healing. She did not have the favor, but I believe she did have the oracle, and that increased the healing gain by 30%. So I think that helped us out as well. Even so, Linwell, I mean, hey, what do you expect in game number 2? Do you expect the Vexana, or do you expect something different?
Well, it could be something different, because if you're on the side of Portugal, I mean, they gotta ban out those healing heroes here. Namely, I mean, the Florine's gotta go, and if maybe take up the Kalea from themselves, because the sides could switch up. You never know.
Even the Hayabusa, we've seen it happen, but folks,
Yeah.
we're gonna go on a short little break, give Team Belarus and Team Portugal a chance to breathe, to think about their upcoming strategy. We're gonna be right back after this short little break.
Right, folks, welcome back to the World Esports Iesf Mlbb World Women's EU Regional Qualifiers 2025. It's day one, second series of the match of the day of the match. I'm getting confused. It's second match here. Belarus versus Portugal. Game number two. Belarus took the win on the first one. Will Portugal make a comeback, folks?
I think Portugal is probably gonna make a comeback. We saw how strong they were in series number one. Game number two, maybe game number two, is their turning point, right? Maybe they're gonna go with the second peak, being the red side, and give Belarus the first one. So it's gonna be a bit different.
Yeah.
But I want to see the final. I want to see something
Could
a
be.
bit more explosive, something that is going to catch our attention. Maybe a link, maybe a final. We saw the Hayabusa, but it wasn't that explosive. It was good. But poor Cleopatra, I think, is gonna ban it out these games. I don't want it anymore. You guys delete it. But Linwell, how do you feel? Do you feel excited? Do you feel something, different about this series? Do you think something's gonna happen?
Oh, I feel intrigued. I feel questionable. This is something different. This is, at least, seeing the first game, like we all saw how poor Cleopatra felt. Is maybe this second game is going to be a revenge match. We might see Portugal pick up the Hayabusa for themselves. You never know. And I'm a little bit interested if something spicy like that happens. Because, again, it's like, I'll do you one better if they pick it up for themselves. But again, Dakota, what are you expecting for this game number two?
I'm expecting the Vexana pick to come out from Team Portugal side as a second pick. The Aura didn't work out as great, but in series number one, the Vexana worked out surprisingly well. But, we saw the Julian jungle, we saw the Suyu jungle twice, we saw the Hayabusa for the first time today. I want to see a Link or a Lucas, because I think Team Belarus really plays on that Lucas a lot with that support they have. So, it's gonna be something nice to think about, right? We can't keep on guessing, so it's gonna be a little while before we get the draft. But Linwell,
Tell me.
if you were to, let's say, design a skin for a hero, which country would you pick out of this whole tournament, out of the whole ISF qualifiers for Europe? Which country do you think is gonna make the best skin? Like which flag? Even from the men's series, even from the women's series, either of flags is gonna be fine. Which one do you think is gonna be the best one for a skin?
From the EU region, right?
From European region,
From
yes,
the
sir.
Europe region. Okay. Alright. If we're leaning towards comedic value, maybe
Don't
they
say
could
France.
make a pun for. Could be France, but I was more going to maybe like Turkey, because they could make a pun and make a turkey skin, like a literal turkey skin, for like Diggy, for like maybe Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Maybe,
Do they
but we're
celebrate
gonna see.
Thanksgiving the EU?
Not really. I think that's just more for the Americans. But even so, guys, the Batang, Lucas, Cecilian getting banned out again.
Alright.
Hayabusa banned out by Cleopatra, Luoi, and Kalea. We're gonna see Equine pick that Lauren up again. We're gonna see Shiro maybe on that clean. We saw Hayabusa in the hands of King. What is going to be in his hands now?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, a little bit more flashier plays, maybe some intricate assassin jungler here could be an option, but no. Lila speaking on the Gato Gacha, looks like Portugal just might stick to the game plan that they had in the first. What? Angie went for the Aurora again? Hang on.
The Vexana would have been better, but I can see it with the AOG, that Frigid Glacier AOG combination. Maybe they're gonna go for the Tearlet again, but King is gonna pick that Suyu up and is gonna be ready to rock that Susano armor, that purple Susano. Even so, the Kimi was left open. I think that's gonna be devastating for Team Portugal.
It's gotta be Lolita counter, I guess, at this point, but other than that, do they just go full in with the dive potential here they have, or at least the team fight potential they have for Portugal?
Alpha.
Alpha.
It's
decent against
games,
Suyo, right?
but it's a good, but there are better picks. The Julianov worked a bit better because you have that immunity, you can escape, you can do a bit more damage. That Kimi, you can catch up to her a bit faster. You can knock her out. You can, you have these abilities, right? You have a sort of abilities, and the Link is pretty good against the Kimi, if I do say so myself. It's pretty nice to play it against her because you're mobile. You can catch up to her. The Tempest of Blades, you can just knock her up. Boom, 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 4-blade combo, go on the wall with the pinch poise and escape. But again, that's probably not going on in the Might of program. Maybe they're thinking of different draft, but make sure people in the chat from either of these countries support the people from your region. Type out support Portugal, support Belarus, Hearts, whatever the country flags. Just make it vibrant. Both of these countries have beautiful flags. If I do dare say so myself, but we're gonna see the Clint getting banned out. The Juxin follows her out the door. Him out the door. I mean, Clint Eastwood, opening the door for Juxin. Come on, my little lady, go in front of me. But even so, what is Sunflower's ban gonna be, and what is Turbo Mama's ban going to be? What do you think, Linwell?
Well, seeing at how decided Belarus hasn't picked their mage and EXP laner, I'm leaning more towards the EXP laner as the per mention. I mean, maybe the Phobius could be a great ban because we did see Belarus ban out the Phobius in the first draft, so maybe they are planning to take it off for themselves. Otherwise,
The Sissy.
CC. Oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense, right? The previous game.
It does make sense, but I don't think CC is banned or because you can still counter her pretty easily with. I mean, they got a catch alpha combination. Just use that taunt spear of alpha, We're gonna see the Brody getting banned. We saw Cleopatra using it in game series number 1 versus that Granger. Turbo Mama and Lisa still haven't picked their heroes yet.
Yeah. And now looking Portugal, I mean, they gotta pick up the goal laner at this point because Belarus is spanning out these key important target banning, I'd even say. Their side, but Beatrix could be an option. Otherwise, does she want to go for it again? That's the question.
Beatrix into a Kimi is a pretty risky play. However, the Claude can work against the Kimi because you have that, a big dash and
Mobility.
a big ultimate as well.
Yeah.
And you have a monkey, I mean, doesn't have a monkey.
The monkey's
You have
big.
monkey. You have Dexter.
Yeah.
Whereas the better getting picked out, maybe on their wrong position yet again. What is Turbo Mama and Lisa gonna pick though? I mean, I'm curious. Maybe we're gonna see a different marker. We're gonna see the Kimi going mid, or are we gonna see the Kimi sticking to the goal lane pick and have a different mage on the map? Varia we saw it in game number 1. We saw Texana possibly showing up, but again, Turbo Mama with the Novari and the Phobius getting picked out. Decimation. Belarus won this draft by far.
Very strong lineup, very tanky also. And the fact that earlier when we saw the Florent picked up at least for the first series, you didn't have that frontline presence needed. But this time Belarus game plan in their hands, and now the draft looking very solid, like you said. But Portugal with the last pick here, the marksman, who is going to be against this solid lineup coming from Belarus?
I mean, I think Sunflower. I mean, they need the marksman, right? I mean, I think they're gonna go maybe for the Melissa. Melissa would be really good here. We saw it getting banned out in game 1.
Yep.
And in the last series as well. But still, I think it's a bit of a far reach. Maybe something with a bit of attack. The Hanabi would be pretty okay here. It's gonna be the Nathan.
Ooh.
Hold on, I like it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of magic damage coming for Portugal. You got 4 magic heroes, only the alpha with the true damage. So again, building against this is going to be very easy if you're inside the Belarus. Lisa's going to have a great time.
Only Lisa is going to be able to build out that magic defense. I mean, the Suyo won't be able to. Maybe the Florent is going to build that Radiant Armor, maybe that. But still, I don't believe it. You're going to probably go for that support build, with the plus voice and the fleeting time to get that ability uptime basically down to nothing. But even so, let's get ready to go into game number 2 of series number 2 against Belarus and Portugal. Lina, what do you think? Who do you have for winning? I personally have Belarus.
Alright, yeah, gotta stick with Belarus too. I want to root out for Portugal though, but their composition's looking very slow, very sluggish. It's a lot of priority into getting those right team fights and the right positioning, which again, face checking those bushes are going to be very easy with the Novaria.
I mean, just that Astral Echo can just reveal basically everyone and give me a bit more range with her enhanced passive ability. I'm not mistaken, it gives her a bit of extra range. and it's gonna allow Phobius to chase up a little bit faster, you know, having extra range, giving him again the passive. That's gonna allow him to slam down on them and push them back a little bit, and give them a mark just for him to use that Infernal Pursuit and slam into them with his Monolith.
Oh. But we're gonna head into the game number 2, folks. Here, Belarus on the blue side, Portugal on the red side. I'm your caster Linwall, and joining me in the casting is none other than Zekota here. So pulling this game off to a start.
We're gonna see already Shiro winning out the match up between him and Nathan. He already gets his magic connection, but we're gonna see Mokita Moti already on the top lane getting that little beetle bug, but so is the Suyu. The Suyu is a level 3 power spiker, as we know. He managed to get it, I think. He took his beetle.
4, yeah. Oh, that's a huge downside here. Oh, goes for a dive. Wait, hang on. Aki Pro just making it safely.
Big
Huge
stun.
stun there. W stun. They're gonna get another juggle area. The golem's being taken again, and Belarus is just stealing everything for Portugal.
Lisa was unfortunately forced to go back to base. We're gonna see 2 vengeance for the side of Portugal. No more revitalized this time.
Yep. Look at this bush control, Zagoda. It's just the Florian, the Novaria, they're just trading skills one after the other. Now Portugal does have their level 4 there, so Mokita could go in for an alpha charge if he does find the right target. But again, they're just gonna get spotted out.
I mean, I imagine next year in Mobile Legends Bang Bang should have probably a skill that, you know, like a lawnmower, right? You can cut down the bushes to reveal your enemies. Even so, they're still in advantage, right? 400, 500, 600 gold difference for Team Belarus. Astral Echo coming through.
Hang on. Yep, Lisa trying to go into the back line. Mokita, yeah, I'm not going to be stealing that. Lilas is just all alone here in the forefront for Belarus, and Mokita just might fall away. A chat flash by Lisa there just to show dominance and taking the kill. That's 2 for 0 as Portugal falls and Belarus are going to get the purple buff once again. Stolen.
We have seen this happen in multiple of the series from the other as well. Just the junglers invading the opposition if they're already losing hard. The Alpha lost his Beetle Crab, and I think he's gonna lose it again. Mama's gonna get it once. Then, not twice.
They're expecting it.
He does
They're
get
expecting
it.
Oh. Yep. And our 4 members. Portugal trying to make something happen in top lane side. Sponsor they could NMT. Wait. He could go? No, doesn't go for any of an engage here. Playing it safe.
Konamity doesn't have that bloom ready, so I don't think they're gonna risk a team fight. However, Astral Meteor and Astral Echo are still there. The combination is gonna be extremely powerful. Suyu has his kit ready. And again, look at that fight on top. Cleopatra.
Boy, Cleopatra. Oh, look at the burst damage from Shiro here. Forces the flicker also. From his side though, however, Miguel would catch that. Passive ran out just before being popped. And now Belarus here looking to push that turret maybe in the top lane here. Sunflower just abandoning it. I mean, it's just 1 minion, but that's a lot of gold.
I mean, 1 million could mean the day and the difference between these gold laners. And again, Kimi was winning the Nathan in the lane. We're gonna see the Hunter Strike being picked up by King Nike Pro Max. Even so, Ilias has his AOG ready, but is he going to commit to a fight? The turtle is already getting zoned out by the Alpha. The blue is about to be taken by King Nike Pro. Lisa, you know, zoning, and I think they're gonna go for a turtle fight as well. He picks up, she picks up the Thunderbolt. The Alpha is already starting the first, if I'm not mistaken, or he's already just zoning it out.
Oh, good side step here coming in from Portugal, but again, turtle control already on the side of Belarus. If they want to go in, now's the time. And Mokita is just being zoned out so much by Lisa. Sunflower pops the Dryas Wrath. There he just gets 1 in the front line. Astral Echo connecting on towards 4. Make that 5, but backline be died. Frigid Glacier on the wrong side. Unfortunate for Portugal right now as they try to salvage what they can. Sunflower getting a 1-for-1 trade, but doesn't matter. It's King Nagi Pro. It's just on a rampage right now, and Zero getting a double kill. Just might be Joe worried for the side Portugal. Only kill Cleopatra here in the mid lane, in the second tier turret for the top side. Hang on, King Nagi Pro going for a snipe. Shiro melting down, and that's a kill, but oh, shut down.
I don't think it was worth for sure to commit that kill. He could have maybe put a top tier turret, but I think he just wanted to try to come again for the Maniac. But even so, 4,000 gold lead coming in from Team Belarus. Portugal is lacking behind in objectives. And I mean, reading the team potential in series number 1, they really had it down to basics. That figure literally helped out a lot, but I think the Vexana was making most of the plays.
Mm-hmm. And now it's to the fact also Vexana does have a little bit more burst damage to Aurora because again you have a lot of crowd control abilities, but does it even matter if you're not able to utilize that to the full potential? Look at that meteor. This Novaria has just been playing it so well.
Conceal play.
Wait. Oh,
Don't
try to
really
go
commit
in, but no. Wait, Cleopatra, what? What? What was that?
So much damage coming from Shiro. He does already too much damage. It's 5-1-1. He just picks up the Genius Wand, allowing him to make that already small magic defense even smaller, giving him, you know, that extra bit of penetration as well, and I believe 75 or 65 magic power.
That's a lot of damage, folks. And now Belarus will be looking to take that damage to maybe one of the members of Portugal here. Katakacha Lilas just might be in some trouble. All members marching down ball lane here. They want to take this turtle. Maybe the turret also could be a bonus, but the jungler is not available. King Nike Pro all the way in the top lane. It's going to be a 5v4 maybe in this turtle if it does start. Lisa though, looking for someone maybe with an Infernal Pursuit. Could activate it if she wants. But wait, hang on, there's the Entropy going on towards the front line, but he's all the way in the mid lane. AOJ connected on towards one, but doesn't matter because Shiro has it all. A bounty for the back line. She gets 4 and maybe a Maniac. No, King 90 Pro stealing it for Belarus as she won't be able to get that Maniac and Savage for this time.
2 times his Maniacs have been stolen. 1 time the game stole it from him. 2 times. 1 time the mid as well, the mage, Turbomama, and 1 time the King Nike Pro Max took that Maniac away. For sure. Yep. He's been playing it extremely well. Dominance is picked up by the Belarus, giving him a bit more extra help against his life with that concentration energy. Warrax picked up by the Alpha as well, so not just a little bit of extra 2 damage coming in with that. But even so, I think they're gonna wait it out and do that lore at minute 8.
Yeah, they do get it. Gonna be spawned in, and a very good call here from Belarus. Taking the Lord is gonna be very impactful. Could get a couple of turrets. Portugal though, they don't seem like they want to contest this, but not really doing anything with this map control, which they did get from the top side. But again, doesn't matter because the Lord's been taken.
Will Nathan have enough time to take that tier 3 turret out, or will Kimi get there in time beforehand? I don't think he's even going. The Soy was going there.
Yeah. Just looking at the
You're
map.
Alpha.
Oh,
Makita.
Oh,
so close.
Again, Meteor missing it at the last crucial moment. Unfortunately.
So close yet so far. Resolution wasn't there.
But yeah, 9-minute mark on towards this Sakota. Is this going to be it for the turrets for Portugal?
I think this is going to be it for the team Portugal as Shiro picks up that whole execution and Lisa is there buying the roaming to give her a bit more gold as well.
She's gonna start popping off even more now, and seeing how Portugal, they're playing it very safe and fairly so. They can't really walk out from their base turret now. Even the pokes are a little bit too much from the side Belarus, but Lord marching out top lane here might get taken down a little bit early if they want to willingly risk it. Entropy also used to burst it down, and yes, indeed they do. And playing it safe. They got some turrets. The mid lane could be next year. Astral Echo coming out. Teamfight's potential is very huge for South Belarus if they want to commit fully and do it with the Shiro popping up 1, Mega 2, but AOG being connected. Project Glacier just out of range by slight centimeters as King Nike Pro gets a killing spray on towards Portugal with only 2 members left to defend. Angie and Lilas. This is it for all the marbles. This inhibitor turret, but they try so hard, but I don't think they can because Belarus are going to be the victor, folks, for this match.
a lot of damage coming in from Shiro. He managed to melt down basically every member of Team Portugal's lineup. And the winner of match number 2, and unfortunately the loser, is going to be Portugal. Belarus taking the crown with the best of 2 sweep. Even so, let's get back into the highlights, Lionel, please.
Yeah, it's a massive play here by Lisa. So much early game pressure, so much pressure from, I mean, preventing Portugal from even walking out forward. Sure, you have the Gattacacha AOG being landing beautifully well, but again, he's all alone. You can't expect him to 1v4, can you?
And you can't expect it to 1v4, but even so, Shiro just dying to Cleopatra, giving them a bit of hope. Was not even enough. That AOG was landing most of the times, right? But that Frigid Glacier wasn't comboing up pretty well. With that Vexana, with her Death Guard, I think it would have been a bit better, in my humble opinion. Again, the Death Grasp as well can help with that Verify effect, just making them use Spear, your team. But look at that AOG, 3 people. Man, that was really good.
Massive.
A massive play, something did happen to Team Portugal, and that's just losing twice in a row, which is very unlucky. But even so, let's get into the stats real quick. The most damage dealt in this game is gonna come from Shiro with 38,140. He has the most gold as well at 9,214, and the most XP per minute goes to Suyu at 1,679. But the second most damage in Team Belarus is going to be Novari with 35,114. The third on the leaderboard is going to be Phobius with 28,951. 2,000, basically 3,000 ahead of the Suyu. Yeah, he was doing a lot without that work as well, with that Thunderbelt.
Yep. So that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You know, Belarus and their composition was so good here. Team fights, Phobius, and then you have the bush checkers here, Novari and Florian, who is again providing so much info, so much space for his team. And even in those turtle fights, the Lord fights, those invades, again, so much pressure from Belarus. They didn't leave Portugal any space, any room to breathe at that point.
Not much you can do. They only lost 2 people the entire duration of the game. That being Shiro dying the turret, and being Lisa, I think, also dying the turret. But even so, the gold obtained per minute from Team Belarus is 1,000 gold ahead. That of Team Portugal, damage taken per minute, is in favor of Belarus, 25,000, 22,000 from Portugal. Damage tower 34,036, damage tower from Portugal 0. Turtles taken 2, Lords taken 1, turrets destroyed 8.
Wait,
0,000 for Portugal, 0,000. Gold obtained from minions and creeps is 4,000 ahead, 5,000 actually.
yeah,
Even
hang on, just
so-
go there. Is this deja vu for Portugal? At least for
It is
the
deja vu.
tower damage
Yeah, yeah.
and objectives.
And the time, I think it's deja vu.
Yeah.
Again, the
I've
most
just
gold
been in this
obtained,
place before.
9,214. The most elimination, Shiro again, 10 elimination, the most damage dealt, 38,140. I mean, hey, what a hard word for me to say. Equanimity with 13 assists, and he got those during both games. The best wingman you could ask for. But hey, props to Team Portugal for playing them out and actually putting up a decent fight in series number 1 against Croatia.
Yep, fair enough. I mean, they just show up. But still, for the matter, you can't win every game that you try. But the important fact is you tried. So, now, I believe that's it for today, right? We have more matches tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're gonna have 2 matches, but
Yeah.
they're yet to be announced. Either way, you know, you have to give props to Team Portugal, because losing is the best teaching method, because I also lost a lot and I also learned a lot, and that really helped me improve professionally and personally. I mean, the way you take the game, right? A lose is a lose, of course.
Same.
You're not gonna be happy about
Yep.
it, but you have to take it with a little grain of salt, maybe a little grain of sugar. Think about it, yeah? Rewatch the game, rewatch maybe the highlights, watch the stream, see what we said. Maybe we said something impressive. Those guys are probably right, you know. Maybe Zakota guy knows what he's talking about. Maybe this Lionel guy doesn't know what he's talking about, you know. But then again, it was amazing to see these 4 teams splashed out. Actually, 3 teams splashed out. again, Croatia 2-0 Portugal, and Belarus 2-0 Portugal again, unfortunately. So, I mean, hey, again, congratulations to all three of these teams. They played extremely well, and I expect to see them in the future as well. I don't know about Chilean, but I'm excited to see them maybe next year as well.
Yeah, I mean, all the more support for that. Again, come back next year, come back better, come back stronger. And still, though, Croatia and Belarus, they gotta get something if in a different esports or sport besides football, right? So
Who knows, man?
yeah.
Maybe Portugal is gonna take the crown next year. But Linuel, again, let's do it for the tradition, because I think this is gonna be the last time you're gonna cast with me for this tournament. It's gonna be the last day. Which of the matches from either of the days that we stream, day one maybe of the females tournament, maybe the qualifiers for the European men's tournament, which match took you by storm? Which match you really appreciate? Which caught your eye?
Oh, there's so many games. Hang on. I remember a very specific game where. Oh, wait. Wait. Hang on. As I think through it, even if I ask you the same question, you're probably gonna say Romania, right?
Come on, Linuel. I
think
believe
it
in
was. I think it was Slovakia and Moldova, maybe. I'm not sure if that was the right game. I remember it was day 2 though. It was a really good game. It was a really good, the teams had a really good
Moldova
potential
versus Slovakia,
on the first
yes, sir.
match.
you. Moldova versus
Yes.
Slovakia was the first game. You're correct, Linuel.
Yep. And then, I mean, unfortunately, they did lose to Moldova, but again, the potential was pretty solid, and the games were exciting, I'd say.
I mean, for me, it would have to be, as you said, the game with Romania. It would be Romania versus France, where they completely stomped Zed and the Snake. But with that last notice on, we appreciate you guys for watching the sim, for supporting us. I was Akota, joined by Winleo. Do you have any last words for the stream, Linuel?
Stay hydrated, folks, because it's really, really hot. You can just see Zago sweating a lot. I mean, it's behind his back, probably behind his hair.
I have my ventilator
Maybe under his
on,
shirt
bro.
also.
My AC is on. I'm relishing like a king, like a true king. But anyway,
Alright,
folks,
fair enough.
that's gonna be it for
Yeah.
today. Hope to catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.